Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Lost. This is the 7th episode of the 4th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So recently we've had a very interesting Desmond episode. Yes, he was flashing forward into the future, flashing into the past. You know, he's kind of time traveling. He lost his mind, didn't he, as he took the helicopter ride from the island to the ship. And obviously on here we've seen somebody else experiencing the same kind of things as Desmond. So we still need to get to the bottom of that. He did make contact with Penny, but we didn't see anything of it in the last episode, which was kind of about Juliet, Jack, Kate, Daniel and Charlotte. Yes, Daniel and Charlotte, they was on a mission, pretty much what they come to the island for, to find the location of where the gas, you remember when Ben used it with Richard when he took out all of the Dharma projects? It's pretty much a weapon that they've got, and it one little trip, you know what I mean, one little flick, and it could be obviously used on the island. So they obviously said that they wanted to come here and they wanted to actually turn it off. Now we thought that they wanted to turn it on, and it was interesting because it was kind of conflicted all episode. You know, we had Jack and Juliet, they was going at first their way to chase after Daniel and Charlotte, who disappeared in the night when nobody was watching, and they ended up running into Kate. Kate was on her way back obviously from Locks when she got knocked out by Daniel and Charlotte, and they was found by Jack and Juliet. Now as Juliet went to get some water for Kate while Jack was treating her, she disappeared. She went on a mission herself because she obviously had an interesting backstory where her therapist was Goodwin's wife, and obviously she caught them cheating, and she was warning her about Ben, how jealous he is of you know, basically Julia, and she said that she looks like her. Now I'm thinking it's was she called Annie, the girl in Ben's little backstory when we got it, you know, presented to us, where his mum died when she gave birth, and obviously him coming to the Dharma, you know, island. That's interesting. It was the next time we kind of referenced a female, and pretty much we seen Ben sending Goodwin off, you know, to get information on Anna Lucille, and then he ended up showing you know, Juliet at the end of the episode basically him dead, and she ended up screaming at him saying, this is what you wanted, you know, you knew that we was kind of together, and you knew that he was going to die coming out of here, and you didn't care at all. And he turned around and said, look, when you going to get it? I went through loads of effort bringing you to the island, and you know, I'm going through loads of effort keeping you here. You are my property. Do you know what I mean? You work for me. You are mine. I'm not letting you go and run off with this Goodwin. So, I mean, the jealousy type don't look very good on you, Ben. It actually really doesn't. But that was interesting because when she actually did get to the facility and catch up to, you know, Daniel and Charlotte, she had the gun on him. She could have shot them. She took the masks off them. So she was like, look, mate, you're going to release the gas. You're going to die as well. They was like, look, we're not actually trying to release it. We're trying to stop it. Ben's going to use it as a weapon. Do you actually trust that he would never use it again because he's used it before? And she stood back and she let them do it. They deactivated it, and that was the end. So, I mean, that was really interesting because they looked like they was going to be the bad guys. Now they kind of look like they're going to be good guys. But we had an interesting bit where Ben gave Locke a tape. You know, he managed to get him out of a cell. He gave him a bit of information, so he's let him living in his own house now. And he gave him a tape and he put it in, and he was explaining how obviously Whitmore, you know, Penny's dad was searching for the island and they worked for them, and he said that, you know, he wants to take the island for what it is and all of the glory that it can have, and basically use the Locke reference of, you know, if you think that you're coming onto the island in paralysed, you know, wheelchair, and ended up walking, running, jumping and skiing around, you know what I mean, being on your feet, think of all the other stuff that he wants to use and utilise the island for. He wants all the hidden, you know, technology dramas and everything that it has to offer. So it's really interesting. Can't wait to find out more. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
You ready?
I'll be up.
Don't be late, Frank.
They'll need to find out who Ben's spy is.
Frank, I didn't hear you.
You know your book's upside down. Thought I'd check in on you guys, bring you some food.
Why are we being held captive? We had nothing to do with Minkowski's death.
Captain wasn't very happy that you two decided to bust out of sickbay and into our radio
We
room.
didn't bust out. The door was left open. Lima beans?
Sorry, we had a little problem in the kitchen.
왜 그래?
사이다하고 데스몬드가 떠난 지 3일이나 지났는데.
아마 배를 타고 오느라 시간이 좀 걸리나 봐. Let's talk about baby names.
지금부터 애기 이름을 지으면 못 나가요.
지연. 지연이라고 지을래. 지연이 마음에 안 들어?
이름은 예뻐요. 우선 이 섬에서 벗어난 다음 그때 가서 애기 이름을 져요. 불러주세요. 어떻게 도와드릴까요? 저 임신부인데요.
Whoa, that was ages ago. Or in the future? She's off the island, she's not a good baby yet.
어서 오세요. 뭐 찾으시는 거 있으세요?
팬다 하나요.
마음에 드신다니 다행이네요.
아니요, 시간이 없어요. 그 병원에 가는 길이에요.
보시겠네요. 혹시 아드님인지 따님인지 아시나요?
아, 그건 아직 몰라요.
누구든 다 좋아하니까 걱정 마세요. 가세요.
Everyone does love a panda, he's not wrong.
진수 씨.
What happened?
You mean before or after the redhead knocked me out? Guess she didn't want to have to explain why she was on her way to a poison gas factory.
Why were they going there?
Turn it off, deactivate the gas. In all the time they've been here, they've talked about a lot of things, and none involved rescuing us.
They've talked about why they're coming to the island and they're not their primary focus. That's what they've said. I'm guessing it is, man. Who are we guessing it is?
Ben claimed he had a spy on this boat.
Don't trust the captain. Well, they don't even know who it is.
I'm 2 months pregnant.
Congratulations.
So you're here to rescue us? Simple question.
Innit? It should be a fast answer that. It should have been yes.
It's not really my call, son.
Then whose call is it?
He's a little bit honest. Do you know what he could have done there, right? And I would have respected him more if I was son. If she said, look, you're coming to rescue us, and then he just turned around and said, look, we never even knew that you was here. And we had no intentions ever of bringing people back. We come here for our own intentions and our own mission, and we are coming to this island to do our own thing. Now that we found you, do you know what I mean? We haven't got the resources to take everybody, but what it is we'll do whatever we can to bring everybody back and send information back to the, mainland to get you rescued. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was never our primary intention, as they said before, but plans change as emotions start rolling. And now we know you're here, we will try and get you off, but that was never the plan, and the people in the boat are still doing what they come here to do first. You know what I mean? Like, something like that would have made more sense. I still don't know who's helping him. I'm going that it's the pilot right now. He seems like an alright guy. He seems to be the only one that's not kind of losing his mind a little bit that's on that ship, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Can you pass the cereal?
Pretty good English, Jin.
I understand better than I speak. Son, teach me. Sawyer too. Son is better. Would you like some breakfast?
지금부터 이유는 묻지 말고 내가 시키는 대로만 해야 돼요. 이틀 동안 우리 먹을 식량을 챙겨서 20분 후에 우리 텐트에서 봐요.
뭐 때문에 그러는데 무슨 일이 생겼어?
No questions, Jin. Your wife just told you.
I needed another bottle of those vitamins you gave me.
What happened to the last ones I gave you? There should be 20 left.
We're going to Locke's camp because I don't trust these people.
Whether you trust them or not, you can't go there. I know that I have been less than truthful about certain things since coming here, but I promise you, son, I'm not lying about this.
Claire's baby's fine. All I have are your stories that I'm going to get sick. I don't trust you.
She might be giving information, but it doesn't mean that, you should be trusting them. It's like Ben's giving information towards Locke, innit? Last episode when he put the tape in. But why? Because he's got a bigger plan. He's got a bigger agenda. He has to give some to get some. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's always got his future plan that he needs to achieve and his end goal where he wants to get. And sometimes you got to take those small steps. It's kind of like losing weight when you're a big fat person. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want those quick, instant results. And what it is, it's those small steps. And what you do is you take your small step, you might fall off, and then you keep going. And then soon when you look behind, you've gone far down. That's kind of like Ben. He's taking his step, he has to give some, so he goes with a couple of steps back because he has to gain a bit of trust. And then again, he steps again. And then gives some, he's lost a bit of info, and then he goes. And then in the end, even though he's been losing, he's took more steps forward because he's gained, and he gets his end goal in the end. That's what I mean. Like, it's interesting also as well. The people that have come off this island, it looks like Jin and Son are off the island. Kate and Jack and Hurley. That's 5 names. Somebody's dead. That's 6. That is the Oceanic 6, I am believing. And then 2 more obviously died, they said, on the island. I don't know what they do with that. Or they might have classed the baby as the 6th one. Do you know what I mean? I don't know who the other 2 is. Clearly the baby's come off the island, so that is technically a person. Who knows, mate?
맞지? 맞아, 오시아닉 6.
저 백소나 씨, 전 닥터 박 대신 제가 우선 지통제로 놔드리겠습니다.
애기한테 무슨 이상이 있나요?
태아가 스트레스가 있고 연락드릴 가족분 계시니까 남편분이나 부모님.
제 남편한테 연락을. 제 남편 좀 불러주세요.
제가 우선 지통제로 놔드릴게요.
여보세요? 왜요? 야! 이게 뭐야? 너이 새끼로! 너이 새끼야!
No more pandas left.
하나만 더 주세요. 카지오 선생님 그 인형이 마지막 거였는데요.
저거는요. 바로 뒤에 있잖아요.
팔렸다니까요.
그냥
이거 마지막 거니까 잃지 마세요.
What's this panda reference?
You want to head northwest? I'm gonna have to tell Jack, but I'll give you guys a nice long head start.
See, Kate's good in certain situations. I do like Kate in certain situations.
Okay. Do you understand your wife's medical condition right now? Your wife is very sick. If you let her go, your wife is in danger.
Wherever Son go, I go.
Your wife had an affair. Son was with another man.
What an absolute bitch. I actually don't get how he understands that and not the other bit. Like, I'm not being funny, right? How does he understand your wife had an affair, she was with another man, do you know what I mean? And she wasn't sure the baby was yours. Compared to son's in danger, she don't get off the island in 3 weeks, she'll die. I'm not being funny, but like, the first one's way more complex in that one. And what a bitch Juliet is, you know what I mean? I say it all the time, right? She isn't a bad character, and I do want her to stay in, so I don't want her to leave. And she was a good introduction last season. But I also said as well is never really like fully understand if she's doing stuff for her, for Ben. In this situation, she's doing it for Son, but then she's also ruining Son at the same time. And I don't know, I didn't like that one, to be honest. That was bad from Juliet. Also, they are off the island, and they're still with her. I would have bounced any. Well, not, but she's got my kid now, so I mean, I would still be there, but I wouldn't be in a relationship. You know what I mean? I'd be there, I'd be the dad, but I wouldn't be together. I would never accept anyone cheating.
나랑 얘기 좀 해요. 내가 다 설명할게. 그건 오래전 일이었어요. 입이 10개라도 할 말이 없어. 나한테 설명할 기회를 좀 줘요.
You mind if I tag along? Come. You sure?
Can't believe we've not seen anything about Ben and all that, being back with Locke and going in his house.
You realize we're the only two married guys on the island? Let's face it, every decision that you make takes twice as long, because you always got to talk them into it. Rose has cancer. Well, at least she was dying. She says she's better now. I was sure that she'd want to go with Locke. Why would she want to leave the island and risk getting sick again? Locke, he's a murderer. It's all about karma, Jim. You know karma? You make bad choices, bad things happen to you. Here, pull it in.
Jim was making loads of bad choices, I want her.
Look at that.
See, what's tough about that one is that I was just saying a minute ago, yeah, that if somebody cheated on me, like I would never accept it. And like I said, each to their own. Do you know what I mean? Each to their own. There's no right or wrong. That's just my morals. But like, if she did sit down and explain to him, look, we was together, literally, like, you know, 6 out of 7 days, you was never in the house. When you was angry, you was always mad, you was fighting, do you know what I mean? You was getting into trouble, you was working, you didn't speak to me, you never talked, you know what I mean? Like, you never wanted to spend time with me. You was doing this for my dad and all of this stuff, I was scared, you know what I mean? And going through all of this, even getting to the point on the island, controlling what I wear, who I speak to, do you know what I'm saying? Where I go. He was dictating all of it, wasn't it? And now he's open, he's free, he's happy, she's doing whatever's, and it's totally changed. He's kind of fell back for him. But she does need to explain that to him, but I don't know, it's still won't be enough for me, like, you know, I'd have to acknowledge that I was an arsehole, but I don't know.
That sound is not mechanical.
It's Morse code.
Well, you think somebody's doing that? Thanks for your patience. The captain would like to see you now.
Where's the helicopter?
Peters is running an errand.
Is she gonna throw herself overboard?
What is he doing?
She's gone. Can you swim down fast enough to grab her?
Stand there! She just jumped! It's over. Everybody get back to your posts.
I'm Captain Galt. Let's just start with why a woman jumped over the side of your ship and you did nothing to stop it.
Because I didn't want to lose any more people. But we have a saboteur on board, and he's done one hell of a job on my engines. I've got my crew working around the clock to repair them. Then we move to safer waters. Those are my orders.
And I don't suppose you'll tell us who gave you those orders.
Charles Whitmore. This black box comes from Oceanic Flight 815. A salvage vessel recovered it from the bottom of the ocean. The wreckage was obviously staged. Can you imagine what kind of resources and manpower go into pulling off a feat of that magnitude? Putting 324 families through a grieving process based on a lie. Where exactly does one come across 324 dead bodies? Just one of the many reasons we want Benjamin Linus.
But they're saying they insinuated that was Ben. That's really interesting if you think about it. Yeah, that is actually crazy. It's ridiculous when you think about it, isn't it? Somebody's got enough money to stage a death of 300 and what did they say, 14 people or 50 people. Also, you know what I mean, release that, have the nuts to release that to the world, knowing that they're never going to be found, knowing that all these families are going to go through grief. And also, I would like to know that, say if a news broadcast like puts it out there, everybody's been found, they're all dead, and then in 10 years time finds out they was alive, could that news people get sued because they give out false information? But then again, it would have been accurate information at the time from them because they didn't know it was false. Does that make sense? Because somebody's falsified it somewhere, and it's got to take a hell of a lot of money. And basically, you know what I mean, where are you getting 300 bodies from? That's it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, 300 bodies have been put into that plane. That is a crazy number of people. Where'd they all come from? And that's why he wants to get Ben, because they're kind of insinuating that he's the one that done the record, he's the one that set it up, and he's the one that staged all of this. It's very interesting.
I had to stop you. Any way I could. I know you don't trust me, but you need to get off this island. We all do. I don't know if that boat out there is the answer or not, but it's something. In about 3 weeks, you'll be in an almost constant state of nausea. A week after that, you will lose consciousness and slip into a coma. And then, son, you will die. And your baby will never be born.
Slash forward is literally like 3 weeks from now, technically, or 4 weeks or something.
이제부터 힘을 주셔야 합니다. 미세요. 잘하셨습니다.
Oh, JIN turns up literally now, like he's been ages. Wasn't even there. I wonder what this backstory is of JIN getting a panda.
So what'd you think of the captain?
He was surprisingly forthcoming.
That shouldn't still be there. Johnson! Yeah. Mop this up.
Sounds like Michael to me. I called it earlier on in the fucking season, mate. Get in there.
Kevin Johnson.
Fucking called it. Get in there. That's a good shout from me. I thought I finished. I thought I still finished. I did. You are buzzing off that one, mate. I called that. I don't know when I did it, but I did.
당신이 날 떠난 줄 알았어요. 나한테 설명할 기회를 좀 줘요.
Oh, here we go.
그리고 내가 어떤 남자였는지도 잘 알아. 이럴 선택한 나였어. 이 모든 것들이 다 나 때문이야.
Does know. He does know, mate.
내가 당신은
무슨 일이 있어도 우린 이 섬을 떠나가야 돼.
무슨 일이 있어도 당신과 우리 아이를 지켜줄 거야. 나한테 한 가지만. Is the baby mine?
네, 진수 씨.
That's how he can get past it.
하늘의 맹세코 당신 아이 맞아요. 신이 날 떠날 줄 알아.
I do love these two together. They are really good, aren't they? You can see the progression of their love for each other from when they started to now.
선물을 전해드리러 왔습니다. 남자입니까? 여자입니까?
남자아이입니다.
Oh, that's pretty good.
이 팬더는 대국 중국에서 사업을 시작하겠다는 백 회장님의 뜻이 담겨 있습니다.
Is he not even at Son's place then?
제 아이도 아닌데 뭐.
언젠간 좋은 날이 오겠죠.
이제 결혼한 지 2달밖에 안 돼.
Oh. This story was in the past then, and Son's is in the future.
I can't believe you came all this way.
You kidding? Is anyone else coming?
No.
Wow. She looks just like JIN.
She does.
I guess we should, like, go see him.
Don't even fucking tell me he's the dead one. Taking an absolute piss here out of me. I love JIN.
여보. 여보 말이 맞았어요. 딸이에요. 나 정말 견디기 힘들었어요. 의사 선생님 말로는 당신 옆에 있었으면 참 좋았을 텐데.
I'm thinking he might be still be on the island, and this is a story that JIN's dead.
진수 씨, 애기 이름은 너무 보고 싶어.
Oh, look at this. Sounds like it's done that before for the end of the episode. Really interesting that, you know. I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking anyway, that Jin is still on the island, and this is his place of death, just like they thought everybody had died, and they probably all got their own little place in the earth, you know what I mean? Cremated, buried, whatever's gravestone. And this is his place of rest, and, you know, this is the closest that she can get to him while he's not here. You know what I mean? And she's delivered the baby. She was calling out for Jin. You know what I mean? He's somewhere still on the island. You know what? It's very interesting how we're going into this. We don't know who the Oceanic Six are yet. We're getting there. It's slowly being revealed. But I thought Jim was part of it, and he's clearly not. Yeah, I think he's still on the island. I feel like they teased us with a death, but I don't think that's happened. And if it has happened, I'm not happy about it, because he doesn't need to die. Like, I understand shows kill characters off and bring characters in, but I actually just don't feel like people need to die. Like, Charlie didn't need to die, and he doesn't need to die. Miss Echo didn't need to die. Neither did Dan and Lucille. Like, I always go on about it, but it's just a moment of an action that you care about the most. So, like, when Michael turned around and shot Anna Lucille, bang, bang, that was like, whoa, I didn't expect that, mate. She didn't have to die after it. Like, the shock factor is that moment of the shot. It's not her dying. You know what I mean? And so if Jin dies, he better die saving Son. Do you know what I mean? Like, he better die doing something that saves the life of his wife and the baby. That makes it all worthwhile. The way Charlie died annoyed me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Still fully 100% convinced he could have got through the door. He shut the door before the grenade even exploded, and he could have been on the same side as Desmond as the water was filling, packing himself up and getting away. Yes, he did say it's not Penny's boat. Yes, he did help him get to this situation. And yes, he did sacrifice his life, and I'm not going to go in on him. But it was also, it didn't need to happen, but we'll just go with that. I cannot believe, mate, I called that Michael was the man on the boat. I don't know what episode it is. It could have been last. It could have been 3 episodes ago. But at some point in this season, I said the man on the boat was Michael. I did. Hopefully, I said it in a video. But I 1,000,000% said it to myself. Like, literally. That's why I see my reaction buzzing, mate. Because I factually thought it was Michael. And I'm hoping, because I do so many videos, you say so many things. They're all like 50 minutes long. You forget what you say half the time. I'm fully convinced I said it, and he's back in it. It's interesting. I want to know how Ben's got control of him, how he's forced him back on this boat. You know what I mean? Michael's obviously feeling guilty, so he's back here, he's doing it, he wants to get them rescued. Where's Walt? Was he actually on the island? That's the interesting thing. You know, Locke was in the pit, and he seen Walt. He thought he was, like, visioning him. Could have been there. Who knows? Maybe that's the reason why Michael's come back, because he wants to get his boy. It's all fascinating. It really, really is. And I cannot wait to find out more. That's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. What a twist. Actually, what a twist. Michael being back in the show. He is the man on the boat. He's the one that's sabotaging it. Pretty much the captain explained pretty much that the boat is stagnant. Do you know what I mean? You know, they're trying to get to safer waters pretty much. He's feeling like the island is controlling or hitting some of his cast and crew members and sending them all kind of crazy. Isn't it weird how, like, he's had one go overboard, kill herself, he's had one kind of go crazy and die last episode, yet we've seen all of these from the Oceanic flight be on this island for like 90 odd plus 100 days now, and not one of them has shown any symptoms of going a bit crazy. Desmond even referenced it as well when he was in the hut and the Dharma Project. He was injecting himself with that serum consistently because he thought that people would go crazy as well, and he also thought the atmosphere was also toxic. So very interesting to see, like, why certain people can get obviously kind of like controlled over it and others can't. Now, again, another episode that I found very fascinating with the Sun and Jin storyline, if I'm being honest. You know, we had a backstory of Jin, but we had a fast forward future story, is that what you want to call it, of Sun. Now, she was giving birth, you know what I mean? She was pregnant heavily a couple of weeks after the island, to be honest, you know what I mean? Like, in that period of today's episode and that giving the baby, it's got to be 6 weeks or something. Because she was saying, look, in 3 weeks, you're going to be dead. So, like, I'm assuming in that it's like 3 weeks and then a couple of weeks after. I'm not too sure how long the pregnancies are. I know it's 9 months, but I don't know how long she is. I don't know what the trimester is, if I'm being honest, but she's there shouting for Jin. He's not there. Turns out, apparently he's dead. I'm calling that's a bluff, and it's just going with the story of only 6 people survived. That's what I'm going with. That is my hope anyway. You know what I mean? I am hopeful that they're all alive. We had somebody turn up to Hurley's facility when he was in, obviously, his mental institution, and when he was asking, you know, are they alive? he was like, nurse, 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 and the guy left. I'm thinking that he's referencing, obviously, Ben and his people / the rest of the crew. And I want to know why they're all lying. Why is Jack lying on the stand as well? Why is Aaron with Kate? I can't believe it's like about 4 episodes or something since then, and that's not even been mentioned. You know, there's so many interesting things that's going on here. You know, Ben's got a plan. What is it? Why was he walking around chilling yesterday? You know what I mean? Like, we've not seen any aftermath of that. I can't believe that, what is it? Juliet revealed that she cheated, you know, Sun cheated on Jin, to be honest. To me, I'm consistent. I'll say it now. If girlfriend's watching, cheat on me, you're gone. You know what I mean? Like, you get one go at life, to be honest. You get one person, you do it, you cheat on somebody else. It's not a mistake. You know what I mean? I can make you feel bad. I can make you this and that. You got to tell him. You know, Jin done a good self-assessment and sat down, and he's a bigger man than me, because he sat down and said, look, I get it. I was a different man when I wasn't on this island. On here, I love you, I love spending time with you, I'm affectionate, I'm open, I'm honest, I care for you. Back at home, I was totally different. I wasn't the person I am today. And that man is the person that you done that action against, not the man that sat right in front of you. And that is a big person to actually admit that and accept it and move forward. I can't do that. Me, speaking about my personality, you know what I mean? I've got to be open and honest, and I'll tell you now. So like I said, if she's watching, that's the reason. Do you know what I'm saying? She'll never do it. Now, again, it's interesting because, like I said, they're playing off that he's died. Also, you've got to think about it. Hurley was there then. Hurley was there, and the last time we seen Hurley in the present, he was in that institution. But we've also seen Saeed in the present, so he gets off the island as well, and he was working for Ben. So does this captain actually get there and get Ben? And it was an interesting story that he was saying that he's got the black box from the flight. Somebody's paid big money to cover it up, take a news camera down their facility or whatever and show that there's 300 odd plus bodies that have been actually died in the crash. So somebody's heavily financed and loaded to be able to cover all of that up. Now that guy Miles was asking for 3.2 million. Exact. Pinpoint to the figure. Not 3.3, not 3.1, not 3.5, 3.2. And we're not seeing the aftermath of that either. So I can't wait to see all of this information revealed later on in the series. Thanks for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.